Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for SUI price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis starting on the daily chart for the bullish and bearish scenario that we are looking at SUI. We have of course a 1-2 and 1-2 and we're looking for 3, 4, 5, 4 and a 5 toward the upside after double impulses and a double corrections here. As you can see, this 1, 2, 3, 4, in case we are in just one impulse toward the upside, has been already invalidated by taking, of course, the wave 1 as a wave 4, which is not allowed, of course, in Elliott wave. Meaning it has transformed this as only one possible scenario for, of course, a double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Another possible scenario outside of this structure is only a finished structure here as ABC, and you are in a formation of a new structure for a wave B here and you're looking for higher prices. The wave B can of course be shallow and in time, but higher potential is that it might of course move for a bigger move in case this scenario is unfolding as big 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and then continuation toward the upside. The shallow correction here can work only on the scenario where we have double 1, 2s. So if we have a wave 2 finished here, therefore of course you might see of course a wave 3 toward the upside. Now how can we know which scenario is unfolding? Are we bullish or bearish? Did we finish this move toward the downside, which it looks like already like 3 waves? Let's move inside it of course on the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, we can see, of course, inside this wave, toward the downside, we have, of course, WX and a Y finishing a wave A or a W here. We have a triangle in the middle for A, B, C, D, E, finishing a wave B or an X, meaning you are looking definitely for an A, B, and a C zigzag or a W, X, and a Y. Looking at the structure here, which is of course looking not really nice impulse since we got invalidation again for the wave 4 with the wave 1 and your wave 1 looking like an expanding, which is of course expanding diagonal, very rare case scenario. You're looking potentially to 3 waves down here, correction as of course a zigzag, and you're looking for WXY as well for your wave Y. Meaning very complex structure as corrective, of course, it is all with a WX and a Ys and with a triangle simply correction in between. Potentially, this wave Y has finished and potentially not yet. Meaning this can, of course, play as a 3-wave structure, the same as it did here. And you're looking for another corrective wave and you're still looking for one more leg toward the downside. To finish this, Y, of course, as a very precise structure, almost matching the W, because with this structure, it will be much more matching in comparison, of course, with the W, which of course bring higher potential here for potential, of course, still move toward the downside. To get an answer for this, of course, we have to analyze this area and this range. Do we have an impulse toward the upside, and can we look for one? So if we dive deeper here, we have of course 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 potential leading diagonal for a wave 1. You got your ABC as a wave 2. So far it is perfect. 1, 2. You got another impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC for a second 1, 2. Very nice as well for a second 1, 2. And finally, you get here kind of like 3 waves toward the upside, which is not nice to see, of course, in this case scenario because it has broke, of course, this double 1, 2. And in this case scenario, of course, you have to consider maybe that this 1, 2 belongs to this pattern, and then you have formed here another wave 1, 2. But what does it mean, this range here? Right? It's very, very weird range so far starting from this section. And we see, of course, kind of like choppy corrective waves here, right? So rather than being impulsive, we're looking to a choppy corrective wave. Potentially, we are finishing here one structure toward the upside as a zigzag, finished also here zigzag with impulses, as you can see impulses, and this structure is simply your X. And that means, of course, higher potential here is that you have W, X, and a Y. In this case scenario, if we're looking for a WX and a Y, therefore you have to consider the move toward the downside once you take the 1-to-1 fib level with a finished structure here for a flat or for a zigzag. Both can be the same target, which is the 1-to-1 fib level. Here we go. 2.52 can be, of course, your target for a little bit higher prices and start to move toward the downside one more time again to hit the blue box. And that because, of course, as you saw in an overview, you would like to finish a bigger structure here. After your triangle for a wave X, you're finishing a bigger zigzag or structure with 3 ways down, correction, 5 ways down, or 3 ways down can be as well, matching almost the same structure that you start this correction with it, which is higher potential, higher possibility. In this case scenario, you are still looking, of course, at this blue box that we saw, of course, in the daily, where we would like to hit, of course, the perfect fib level potentially for, I think this one, we can remove it, preferably, of course, is this box here, which is your retracement, preferably, let's see it on the daily. Your retracement is, of course, the 0.38, which has been already touched and taken, but potentially we might even dive deeper, meaning to this blue box 0.5, 0.618, which it can be perfect fib level, by the way, for a wave 2. Don't forget those are the perfect fib level for a wave 2 or for a wave B, but higher potential that your wave B goes much longer in time. Your wave 2 is totally ready to hit a wave 3 in time. If we take a closer look as well on the KGT for SUI, we can see, of course, we have here two bullish signals with a little bit tiny divergence here. We see, of course, move toward the upside. However, a bearish convergence here. We can see, of course, with the signals. However, I don't see it so strong as well. So potentially we're gonna move a little bit sideways, but higher possibility based on Elliott wave. Once you take this high, it is a very, very high potential that we move toward the downside. It is a cross point here at the 1-to-1 fib level 2.52, meaning higher prices can unfold even stronger signal for bearish, and then, of course, finishing the structure finally in a zigzag and then start to move for a renewable run, potentially, of course, or for a rebound at least. I would like to mention also that I have updated today Tau and render, of course, which is very bullish render since yesterday our live stream. It is updated on the X. Please, you can find the link in the description below. That was it for SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.